Hello, I'm reading Evie, and today I want to talk about The Ghost Who Loved Diamonds by Bobbi Holmes. So, it is the second one of The Ghost of Marlow House. So, 2 out of 40 almost. I think it's 38. Everything is right on track for Danielle as she prepares for the grand opening of her bed and breakfast. All that changes when her cousin, Cheryl, shows up to claim her share of the inheritance, and I just realized I've been misspelling Cheryl in my notes. Housemate Lily figures out there's a ghost in the house, and the $1 million necklace goes missing. There is blood on someone's hand, and if Danielle isn't careful, she'll be moving from Marlow House to the big house. I think I ended my last video with the same note, but I'll say it again. I am glad for Lily's sake that Ian wasn't a bad guy, because now they're entering in a relationship, kind of. Danny told Lily she could see ghosts, unfortunately due to her stupid cousin. So her cousin, Cheryl, swoops in, tries to fight for the inheritance, and also was telling Lily all about their childhood, where Danny saw her grandmother and another ghost, and of course nobody believed her. And she was a child, so she went and told people. And so, anyways, Lily was making jokes with Danny, and it kind of just came out. So that was nice, though. She can now be honest with her friend. Ooh, Sam's grandfather, the jeweler who appraised the necklace, Sam was, said the stones were fake, but Sam says they're real, which they are because a third person checked them out too, as the insurance had them appraised. So this note happened a little out of order, but Sherry is a piece of work. She flirted with Ian, knowing that he was with Lily, and then it was saying Lucas hit on her at their wedding, when she flirted with Lucas at her own cousin's wedding, and apparently would also flirt with any other boyfriend that Danny had. Now, supposedly, Sherry stole the necklace with Adam. So it seemed, but is that how it happened? Adam might have actually been drugged by Sherry, maybe. He says he doesn't know about the necklace too. So earlier, Walt was trying to be helpful, so he cleaned Cheryl's room before Danny's open house party. And by clean, I mean that he stuffed everything in her suitcase, without closing the lids of her makeup. Now it's also being examined by the cop and maid as to who would do such a thing. So Adam was drugged. Was it by Cheryl or somebody else? Cheryl is back, suddenly in her room. My first guess was that she might be a ghost. Then Walt comes in and Cheryl can see him. Poor Cheryl. She was annoying, but she didn't deserve to die. I wonder what happened. The jeweler, Sam, is moving suddenly and cleared out his store. Probably the killer and is framing Adam. It took the cops a while to even come to the conclusion that Sam might be the one who did it. Which he didn't, but look at that. Eva's parents, so if you watched my last video, Eva was the woman who Walt, was really in love with, and whose necklace this is all about. So her parents learned that the stones were fake and replaced them. So that's how the real diamonds, or the real stones, got in. Sam did steal the necklace from Cheryl, but states he didn't kill her. I sort of believe him. I don't know why, but I'm thinking maybe Joe did it. Joe was just acting a little weird. The whole book, I don't know. So Joe was the cop, and also the one who was sort of into Danny, and it seemed like maybe they were going to get into a relationship. But they kept framing Danny for the murder of the cousin, which, as I said earlier, she was contesting the inheritance, so it kind of stood for motive. And apparently Cheryl also left everything to Danny that she had, so Danny ended up even a little more richer, so it just seemed like more motive. And so Joe just kept thinking it was her, and so that was the end of that relationship. So I was trying to remember who drugged Adam. I can't remember if it was the jeweler or the killer. Yeah, I think it was the killer. So the killer was actually Danny's lawyer. I can't remember his name. I didn't write it down, but whatever. So we saw him in the last book too. Turns out he set up like a fake account or whatever and was stealing her aunt's money, or great aunt, whatever. Whoever died and left Danny the stuff. So, and it looked like some kind of foundation or whatever, so nobody really questioned it. And I think even Danny was left some to it, maybe? I don't remember. Anyways, so we find all this out this book. So when Cheryl came in, he was not happy because the nut interfered with his plans to steal all the money, or some of the money. So he goes and ends up drugging Adam, and then hoping drugging Cheryl as well, but Cheryl didn't drink the wine. And then Cheryl goes off. She leaves the little cottage or whatever they're in. Whatever. It didn't seem like they were in a house, but they might have been. Cheryl left there, went to the beach. I think she was trying to find her way back to Danny's maybe at this point. And runs into Sam. Yeah, Sam. Maybe Sam is the one who drugged. I really should have wrote that down. Yeah, no, okay. Sam is the one who drugged them. In hopes to steal the necklace. Sorry, I did a terrible job of writing the notes down this book. But anyways, Sam's plan is to steal the necklace from Cheryl. And so yeah, he does drug her a little bit more because she didn't drink the first one. Or if she did, it wasn't enough to knock her out. So he succeeds in that. That's what. So yeah, they find the necklace and Sam, I almost said Joe, in a hotel somewhere else later on. So, and then he leaves Cheryl in these shed-like type building. And so Cheryl's there, knocked out. And then some kids, or maybe grown men, I don't know, but they were goofing off, and they found her, thought she was drunk. They left her be. She was still alive, figured she was just sobering up, whatever, sleeping it out. So they left her, but they saw the lawyer, or no, they saw Sam. Yeah, they saw Sam. And then the lawyer came in, and I guess was following her or whatever, or maybe just happened to find her. And then he kills her. It was pretty sad. And then he tried to frame Adam, and he pretended to be a woman and called the cops, saying that he was scared, or she was scared, and he was acting erratic or whatever, and hid something in a vase. You know what? I think Sam just stole the stones. That's what it was. He didn't. Yeah. Sorry. So Sam didn't steal the necklace, but he did steal the stones in the necklace. The real ones that were worth over $1 million. So, anyways, that was actually all my notes for The Ghost Who Loved Diamonds. I'm on the third one now. It started off real sad. We'll get into that next time, though. Hopefully I'll be done by it by the end of this week. But I've been kind of reading a little bit slower. It's the end of the year, and I feel like I read enough. Like this, and then it's up to here. So now I think I've read enough. I'm almost got to the 70s. I should push a little bit just to get to an even 70, but oh well. Where I'm at is good enough. I'll get to it when I get to it. Anyways, if you read the book, let me know what you thought. If you liked it, hated it. I know some people dislike Lily. If you do, let me know. I like her. Whatever. If you hated Cheryl at first, let me know.